Welcome to Great Talk and Entertainment. I am your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talk and Entertainment official channel. Now, let's go, baby! Hello, everyone. I hope 2024 will be a great year for you guys, and we're going to start this off for Great Talk and Entertainment official channel with many great things, upcoming projects that I'll soon review in the near future of this year. So we're going to start it off with season 2 spoiler review, of course, of Marvel's What If. And again, every episode I'm going to review for season 2 is a spoiler review. So if you have not seen this show, please pause this, give me a thumbs up so I can help my channel grow. Go watch it, come back and check out my spoiler review, and I would definitely love to hear your guys' comments and theories of what may and may not happen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, y'all been warned. Let's get in. This episode is about what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps. And this is a multiverse where this world is where Ronan the Accuser has deposed Thanos, defeated him, got him. And in this universe, Thanos is defeated. He seems a little more easier to beat, but this is a multiverse story, so I guess there is a universe where Thanos is a much weaker, but I would not honestly just doubt on that. But I think the way it was, Ronan did the way that maybe he did not figure out how to defeat Thanos in the MCU, which I believe is Earth 616. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But he just seems easy to beat because Star-Lord defeated Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, so I just feel like this is a more powerful version in this universe. So I think that's how they're setting this up. Ronan the Accuser plans to conquer more planets, but Xander has a shield around the planet, leaving it in the darkness, giving us that Tron-like vibe. Nebula discovers the body of Yondu, and Yondu is in a dark alley when she is effectively shoved off by other members of the Nova Corps, led by Gorthon Sal. She is then contacted by Nova Prime directly to investigate Yondu's murder and uncover the mastermind of a plot, potentially threatening Xander. When Nebula returns to the crime scene, she sees and locates Yondu's acoustic arrow that has a mystery blueprint on it that is the need for assurance to send Nebula to an illegal casino run by Howard the Duck. Krog is the bartender, Groot is the dealer / muscle, and Meek as the cook. Nebula is looking for answers. She discovers that some of the blueprint plans to an older mainframe of a core containing a virus data that has the codes to the planet's shield. She realized she's going to need some assistance, which she gets the help from Jan Rogue, a villain from Captain Marvel 1, and she needs to get him out, needs to break him out of this prison. Now, I believe it's like the same prison that you would have saw in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Very difficult to break out. And this one, but it did look a little bit more cleaner. Like, it was like all white type clean. Unlike Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, where it was kind of like dark, gritty, a little really dirty, of course. So I think maybe this is an upgrade because in this universe, Thanos was defeated. I think this is like the effect of when Thanos is defeated earlier, before his ways of conquering other planets, maybe results like this happen. That's what I'm thinking. So after to get him out of prison, and then they're giving us this buddy cop feel, even though they don't trust each other. And of course, Jan Rogue is already ready to betray her, but Nebula is ready to put him back into prison. So they make it to the main core, and this area gets really interesting. Nebula tries to delete them, but Yanrog like does this most brutal beating on her and puts this chip in her head and takes the data before she deletes them, and then he leaves her for dead and has this whole main core like flood. So he has the codes. She's drowning, and man, you know what I liked about this is because obviously, her dad Thanos. Every time she failed, the punishment was an eye for an eye, body part for a body part, in the sense of like, whatever she's defeated, something's replaced. So she's half alien, half robotic, basically. And it just seems like maybe her lungs are replaced. Maybe that's what I think. I think her lungs are kind of replaced. Like they're more like a robotic lungs, because in the comic books she's very defeated, and she you don't even recognize what she originally looked like, in the sense. Like I think she did in comic books have like blonde hair, and I know that she had it in season 1 where they did What If T'Challa was abducted by Yondu and became Star-Lord. So I think it kind of shows like there's one multiverse where Thanos is a nice guy, things didn't happen that way, and then here's a universe where Thanos is defeated, but later on after it. So it just shows like from season 1 and this season so far on episode 1 of season 2 is that it's like Thanos had a huge effect on the multiverse. He has a huge effect from doing everything. That's why he was the big bad villain of the multiverse saga, and they're still trying to remind us and show us. She survives the flooding now, and when she gets out, then she gets into battle with other Nova Corps, and they just beat the snot out of her. And she finds out that Yanro is working to her with Sal, and Yanro are working together to get these blueprints, and they were teaming up all the way. So she gets this beating, but she escapes luckily. And then she comes to the casino that Howard the Duck owns and runs, and then we get this big old this version of the Guardian Galaxy. It's the same team up, but this time you get Nebula, Howard the Duck, Groot, Meek, and Krog to save Planet Xander. And we get this really epic battle of them just stopping it, and obviously they won and got the codes, but it was a very interesting thing. It felt like a Guardian Galaxy film with Tron type vibes, and it really had that cop show, CSI detective type thing to it. And obviously, like Howard the Duck and Rocket's personalities are pretty similar, very smarty, a lot of witty, and they do things underneath the table. And Groot's just Groot. Krog is still Krog, and Meek is still Meek. But it's very interesting. What I like about it is it's showing us that maybe Nebula should be the one with the acoustic arrow, or maybe it's just showing us that you could still have Guardian of the Galaxy, but with different members. Because I think in Volume 3, at the end, obviously, people were like, whoa, the original OGs split up within that group. And it seems a lot different. And how do you go make a one without a Star-Lord or a Gamora? How do you do this without other members. But I think as long as they stick to a format that is similar like this is, because obviously maybe I didn't check and I could be wrong, but I don't think James Gunn wrote this or directed this episode as far as in the animation world. But I do get the idea of like, I think as long as Marvel Studios always protects this one franchise like they are in this, I think people will be really acceptable because after seeing Nebula do that, I really like to see her in the live action of it get to be something like that. Like maybe she can be in the Nova Corp. Because the next topic, that was topic 1 by the way, I apologize, but topic number 2 I want to bring up is the fact that could the Nova Corp already be corrupted right now where it's at in the current MCU phase? And I think so. I think we won't get Ronan the Accuser, but I also think that maybe the Nova Corp has corrupted, and maybe that's just a topic they want to say for Guardian of the Galaxy Volume 4, or the next, I don't know what they would call that, but maybe there is, because we don't know what happened when, they got snapped away, when Thanos snapped them away. Like, did they exist? We don't know what really happened. We knew that people did get snapped away, but which one and who in particular was lucky enough to still exist during that time of being snapped away during Endgame and stuff? Because like we've seen like Secret Wars that we didn't know who we thought we never expected to be a Skrull was a Skrull. So it has that type of idea. So maybe they're hinting by giving this episode a chance that, okay, this story particularly happened in a different multiverse, but how did that version happen in Earth 616? And I think that's what they're teasing with that episode. But other than that, I really like this. I think there's a way, and I think maybe we're gonna get Novocaine soon too. I think they kind of dropped a lot of hints in this episode that they're needing Novocaine, and where does he show up? If everybody on this particular planet, Xandar, then they need a hero. They need, their Batman. They need their Superman. Well, their Iron Man, Captain America, I should say that within the Marvel stuff. So they need their Iron Man, they need their Spider-Man, they need their Captain America, and so forth. And maybe Novocaine is the next step. They've been teasing that character, for a while. But I think now they're trying to find a way to get that character there. And maybe he's the next member of Guardian of the Galaxy. Maybe they're not. Maybe in the main sacred timeline, Novocaine, they do the one that's actually from Earth. I forget his name. I apologize. But maybe he gets destined to leave Earth to go to that planet and change it. Maybe, that planet's so corrupted that there's nobody in that planet that is still good. Maybe they all turned on it. Maybe they're gonna change the way, because they never really discussed about it in Guardian Galaxy Volume 3. Never really touched upon it. So maybe that's a story. And maybe this episode is just to set it up, because again, this episode is in a different multiverse. So how does this play out in the main timeline is the question. So what I think is the fact that we never thought about the Nova Corps being corrupted. Maybe they are corrupted, and who's gonna save it? In the main universe. So that's where I think why they made this episode. and which was a great episode. I thought it was fun, and it showed another side of Nebula of having redemption, and I think that's really cool to see that character grow, continuing on. So it's gonna be see her. It's gonna be really interesting to see Nebula grow and show another side of her in the main MCU timeline. So I'm really excited about that. But this was a really great episode to start off season 2. So 1 out of 10, I'm giving it 10 definitely. So that's my review, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you and peace out.